good, gente? It's your boy, Nebo. Ya saben, man. We're right here posted like we're supposed to. And as you can see on the thumbnail, man, we got a good one. We're going to be talking not about Savvy Sab, but we're going to be talking about them 2.5s, homie. We're going to leave Savvy Sab where he's at, homie. RIP to the homie. And like I said, I wasn't going to be doing profiles like all these other individuals just to clout chase off his name, you know? So I'm going to leave him where he's at, bro. RIP to the homie. But we will be making a profile on the 2.5ers, homie. On the Cinqueros, you know? One of the oldest and biggest dropout gangs, right? Even though they didn't start off as dropouts. And that's where their movement ended up going towards. And that's where they're located right now, bro. And they happen to be one of the biggest, actually, movements on them yards, you know? Lately through time, I mean, there has been a couple new changes where other movements have been growing, and I will get into those conversations with you guys and let you guys know what's going on behind them walls, you know. But like I said, man, we're always gonna keep it G and 100, homie, you know. So like I've been saying, let's get started on this profile, right? One of the main reasons why I've been lagging on doing a profile on the 2.5ers, right? Because I've done made videos about them, but I never really got into too much detail on the 2.5, was because I was supposed to have an individual that partakes with the 2.5ers, you know? I'm not sure if it's the same one that has the whole TikTok, because I know that there's a couple 2.5ers that are doing the whole TikTok thing, right? Because of the whole Savvy thing. He ended up putting them up on game when it came to the TikTok. But shit, don't trip, man. Your boy's going that way over there too, man. We're expanding to the TikTok, and pretty soon you'll see me right there posted up too, you know. But pretty much that's where they've been at. I know one of the TikTokers that's a 2.5er. He recently made a YouTube channel, right? Maybe not recently, because I did see some videos that are pretty old. But it's more into the whole music thing, so I'm not sure if he's using an old channel and just trying to bring it up. But that's one of the main reasons why I haven't done a profile on him, you know, because I was hoping to have one of them jump on. And I had an individual, just like I said, man, he ended up getting, I'm not sure if he got scared or he just didn't want to come on the channel, bro, you know. I don't know if he knew exactly how it was going to go down or what, you know. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't done it. But like I said, we're going to get started with these 2.5ers, and we're going to talk a little bit about them, you know. The 2.5ers, like I said, they're one of the oldest dropout gangs, you know, one of the first ones to actually defect and be against the whole political game, you know, which happened to be the MA. And like I said, man, they didn't start off on an SMY, they didn't start off on no PC, you know, they started on a GP, and they worked their way up to having certain facilities where they would actually run them. But through time and with these new yards opening up, a lot of individuals, like as you guys can see, my movement was pretty much moved to the SNY side as well because of certain individuals, you know, and that pretty much happened to them too, you know. They kind of seen it as a way to gain numbers without having to really worry about consequences, like in the sense of people having to get off on them and shit like that, especially since they were more of aggressors. It was pretty good for them, you know. It worked out good for them. Like I said, there's a lot of Sureños, and just in regular in California, you know, the majority is Southsiders. So they have a lot of numbers that were defecting, and guess where they went, you know? Most of them went to the 2.5. Through time, the 2.5ers have actually changed a couple of things that they had going on, you know. One of them happened to be that they started allowing members to actually be from up north, and actually recruiting ex-northerners as well as other races. And I think it's honestly because of some of the other movements that were actually outgrowing them, and they kind of seen it as a threat, you know, because like to what I seen kind of with some of the 2.5ers, like I said, I'm not gonna add them all into that category because I got some solid ass homies that are 2.5ers, you know, and they ain't nothing like that. But I did notice that a couple of the 2.5ers happen to be a little bit more into that jealousy type of shit, you know, where they want to be always the one winning and shit like that. So when the numbers are with them, like, this is, like, you guys don't understand, this is what I kind of seen through my time, you know, and a lot of people have talked about this as well, you know. Through time, we have seen that the 2.5ers, when they're deep, they happen to change their little estilo and attitude, you know. they happen to be a little bit more of oppressing people, you know, trying to charge people for rent and trying to have it their way, you know what I mean? Who blames you? You can't blame them, you know, if they want to have it their way. Shit, I would like to have it my way all the time too. But it happened to be that a lot of other movements don't like them for that same reason, because they feel like that they're better than others, especially, like I said, when the numbers are on their side. They totally tend to act different. But like I said, we're not going to add every single one of them individuals, especially because I done run into a couple that were solid, homie. Shout outs to Creeper from Playboys. Shout out to Johnny from fucking Pomona. Shout outs to fucking, well, I'm not going to be mentioning all kinds of them, right? But Slow from Compton. Now, there's a couple of homies, you know, and I send my love in full, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, the riders and the 2-5ers don't really got nothing like, they're not funking, homie, you know? Even though in certain facilities, it tends to happen. It's not everywhere, like I said. Some facilities, we tend to be super cool with each other. But don't get me wrong, like I said, there's some places where it's cracking. Like, it's been cracking in Corcoran, San Quinn, just certain facilities, homie, where certain compas don't get along with the individuals, and there's personal beefs behind all that. But just recently, the 2-5ers have been going at it really tough, with certain individuals. And some of them individuals is because they tend to try to, not victimize them, because like I said, they're one of the biggest ones, but try to make a name out of themselves by going at it with the biggest groups. And at times, even the biggest groups tends to have a lot of people that ain't really with the biz. I'm not saying that they're not with the business, but at times when there's a lot of numbers, half of them are just there for protection. You know what I mean? So recently through the years, we all seen and heard that they got at it with the Zapatistas, which is a really vicious group. I don't want people to be like, oh, this would just call them the B, you know? Nah, homie. Respect to the Zapatistas, but they're a real vicious group. They haven't really been out for long, but are known to put it down, and especially because they're an older breed, right? That it's nothing but older gentlemen that are really what that functions, right? And they're slowly starting to actually get bigger, you know what I mean? But with stricter rules and shit like that. So they happen to go at it with the Zapatistas right now at the moment, as well as some of the Nuestras Cosas, right? Some of the MCs. And more than likely, the war with the NCs. I mean, you guys done probably tapped in with that one fool with the mask. That fool with the mask, he's done made videos and put videos out there where old boys talking bad about the 2-5ers. So shit like that is never gonna get forgotten, homie. So yeah, that's probably one of the main reasons why they're still funking to this day. Another thing I wanted to add, guys, pretty much, I don't see the 2-5ers going anywhere, you know. I only see them growing still, even though there's new groups and new, like, things growing, and, like, people wanting to be green lighters, and all these other little fractions, right? And I'll actually explain about it, right? I'll actually explain a little bit more about it, especially when I start talking about certain groups. But the thing is, this profile was for the 2-5ers. So I hope you guys like this video, man. I wish I could have put a little bit more of images on 2-5ers and shit like that, but there's not that many out there, homie. It's only a few, and as you can see, this is one of like the older cats that came out on YouTube doing the whole documentary on the 2-5ers. So I recommend you guys to tap into it, you know what I mean? He gives up a little bit of what they got going on and who are their main enemies, you know? I mean, I can tell you guys right now who the main enemies are, and that's the M, bro. They're created to go against the MA and not to get oppressed by them people. But with time, I mean, things start rotating and they start doing the same thing that they're fighting for. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, man, like I said, I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure to put a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to share with others, homie, so that you're not just the only one getting some game. You know what I mean? Allow others to learn as well, homie. If you didn't like the video, man, it's easy as putting the thumbs down. You know what I mean? It don't bother me. Just press one of them, homie. They're both free. Make sure to subscribe, and if you subscribe, hit that bell, homie. You know what I mean? To get notified whenever we go live or we're dropping more videos. So, like I said, man, I hope you guys liked this video. Yeah, man. That's all. I mean, that's all I'm gonna be able to say for today. Hopefully, a 2-5er does jump on here and let us know a little bit about the 2-5. You know, hopefully the homie doesn't flank again. If he does decide to come on, man, I'll try to jump on it as soon as he messages me. I'll be like, we're going live, homie. We're going live now. Puro pedo. I send mine's a photo, everyone, homie. Like I said, I'll probably be doing more videos like these, explaining about some certain little situations, as well as little wars, homie. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I done said, man, the two fibers on the compas have gone at it. And sometimes they get the best end, and sometimes we get the best end. So with all that being said, man, I send my love and food to everyone. Thank you guys for tapping in and for showing love, homie. Make sure to drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Or even just to fucking parrayármela or send some love, homie. You guys already know, man. Just drop some comments. And yeah, man, it's your boy Conejo, and I'm out.